Breaking news coming in on the international front. US President Donald Trump has once again hit out at the BRICS Union, says it was set up to degenerate the dollar. As we await the final details of the trade deal between India and the United States, Trump says that India and Brazil will have to pay 10% tariffs for being part of the entire BRICS Union, which he says was only formed to degenerate the dollar. Listen in.
That's right, they have to pay 10% if they're in BRICS. Because BRICS was set up to hurt us. BRICS was set up to degenerate our dollar and take our dollar as the standard, take it off as the standard. And that's okay if they want to play that game, but I can play that game too. So anybody that's in BRICS is getting a 10% charge. Well, if they're a member of BRICS, they're going to have to pay 10% tariff.
Right, so as you can see, Donald Trump making it extremely clear that the BRICS Union was built to degenerate the dollar, to hurt the United States. And as we await the final details of the trade deal between India and the United States, after weeks of negotiations, Trump has pretty much thrown a spanner in the works by saying that India and Brazil will have to pay 10% tariffs. But still, at the same time, we're still awaiting the final details of the trade deal between India and the United States. I'm joined by my colleague Pallavi Ghosh on the broadcast. So Pallavi, clearly all experts pointing out that we're dealing with a very mercurial Trump. But when it comes to his stand against the BRICS Union, this is something he said in the past as well. But any impact do you see on the limited trade deal between India and the United States? Him saying that all BRICS nations will have to pay 10% tariffs. Could we see something beyond that between India and the United States?
So I think it's in addition to the trade tariff letter that we all are waiting for, because this 10% tariff on all BRIC countries is something which emerged after the BRIC summit's meeting ended. And he made the point, and in fact at his press conference, which he's holding now, at the cabinet meeting conference that he's holding now, over there also very specifically, Donald Trump has made the point that the BRICS people have actually violated the interests of America. They've hurt us more. We haven't hurt them. And they have actually insulted the dollar. Those were the specific words which he had used. And I remember there was someone who asked this question very specifically, and he did say that if India continues to be a part of the BRICS summit, they too will have to pay the 10% tariff. Ayushman, just in case the trade tariff letter does not put up a very high figure, and suppose hypothetically you are talking about say around 10 to 12% of the tariff as far as the trade tariff letters are concerned. But if India is very much a part of the BRICS summit, 10%, that would make it around 20 to 21%, which still would be a high tariff. That's one point. And very quickly, he's also talking about pharma sector in the future, where he's going to impose a tariff which could go up to as high as 200%. India remains the largest exporter of pharma into America. America depends substantially on India for its pharma imports, especially the generic drugs. So that's another sector which could be hit in the future, but immediately we are waiting for that countdown to begin about the letter which could be released anytime now by the American president. Absolutely. Thank you, Pallavi, for decoding that for us. So we're still awaiting the final fine print of that limited trade deal between India and the United States. But this stand on the BRICS summit coming in from Donald Trump, saying that this entire union was formed to degenerate the dollar, could see an additional 10%, as Pallavi was pointing out. So we could see close to a 21% tariff on Indian goods. And as Pallavi was also pointing out, several key sectors will be affected that supply key sectors inside the United States and key economic drivers inside the United States. That could see a severe hit if a 21% tariff is imposed.
Network 18 decimates Times Internet with over 6 times more unique users on social media. Network 18, the undisputed leader of news networks.